Hello, world. This is Doretha Walker coming to you today to talk with you about the word love. Yes, this is your motivation with me. Let's unpack the word love. Love, loving over various efforts. Let me tell you what I mean. I had to run around in the mud today with my dog because it got out of the kennel. I put it in 3 times and she got out again, over and over. Hey guys, if I did not love her over various efforts, who knows? She would have gotten a whipping or something, okay? But anyway, loving over various efforts is what I have for you today. There are going to be times in all of our lives when things happen and people are not going to understand what to do. Well, you are going to have to love over various efforts. Like when you want your sweetheart to take you out or take you on vacation and you are ready today and he says, "No, sweetie, we'll have to wait." And you want to get mad about it. There's no reason to get mad because you have learned to love over various efforts. There are going to be times in your life when things are not going to go the way you want them to go. And people are not going to understand what's happening. But what you have to let them know is you are loving over various efforts. You are showing them love regardless if they deserve it or not. You know, an example would be the jobs. There are so many times, like me, when at work, people get on your nerves, okay? Especially the administration. You see, I'm certified as an educator and a principal, but I do not want to be one. And I am more certified than the administration. So for some strange reason, they feel as though I want their job. I don't want their jobs. And I, back then, became a certified principal to become an instructional coordinator. That's a coach now, but the coach doesn't really do like the instructional coordinators used to do. There are times when you have to love over various efforts because you wear the Jesus characteristics, like me. And there are so many times that I had to find a way to love over various efforts because honestly, I wanted to go there, okay? But I could not because I am a disciple for Christ. Let's move on. There are times when you want things to happen a certain way and it just doesn't happen like that. The thing that you want the most seems like it doesn't happen. So what you have to do is realize that you have to love over various efforts. Many times, people, things, and places will get on your nerves, but you still have to love over various efforts. I know you understand what I'm saying today. On this Monday motivation, I had to come before you today because it is very important that you understand that you too must learn to love over various efforts because there are going to be so many things that transpire and you're not going to be able to hate it. You're going to have to find a way to love it. That's what I had to do. And you know what? I continue to find love because I want to love over various efforts, regardless of how I feel, regardless of how I want to tell people off, regardless of how people get on my nerves sometimes, I still have to love over various efforts. So I'm telling you to do that today. Have you gone somewhere and you said, I'm going to have the most beautiful day today? And then all of a sudden, they get on your nerves. Where's the love? You forgot all about love, right? Loving over various efforts wasn't what you were thinking about doing at that moment. I'm included. Guys, I remember there were times when I would go somewhere and I'd call my sister and say, I'm going to have the most fabulous day today and I'm not letting anyone get on my nerves. And then I called her again and said, you won't believe what happened. These people got on my nerves and I'm just worked up and I just don't know what to do. So I had to remember, I have to love over various efforts, regardless of how people make you mad, regardless of how they get on your nerve, regardless of how you feel, regardless of how some people wear their emotions on their sleeves, and you want to love over various efforts, but many people make it difficult to do so. That's just the truth. But you still have to do it. Today, I want you to remember love over various efforts, regardless of what happens in your life. Because there's always going to be something. And you know what? We still have to love over various efforts. I remember it was something that happened to me the other day, and I was really in my feelings. And I didn't want to talk to the person. No, it wasn't my sweetheart. But anyway, I just didn't want to talk. And so I just didn't want to talk. That's just it, okay? I decided, okay, Doretha, you are going to have to remember to love over various efforts. Yes, they're going to get on your nerves. Yes, there are going to be times you don't want to talk. Yes, there are going to be people who bug you all the time. But you have to learn how to love over various efforts. Let me give you an example. Another one, okay? There are so many people these days who feel the need to beg for love. You shouldn't have to beg for love because love is given to you, first and foremost, by our Heavenly Father, Jesus Christ, and secondly, by our loved ones, and thirdly, by everybody else, okay? You have to love yourself enough to know that you do not have to beg anybody for love. If they do not want to take out the time to spend with you, or they do not want to take out the time to text you or to just pick up the phone, then you still have to love over various efforts and keep it moving. Because there are going to always be something or always be someone who doesn't want to do the right thing. Love yourself enough so that you can love over various efforts. And love yourself enough so that you don't have to beg for love. You know that agape love? We should practice that. Because that's unconditional love that our Heavenly Father has for each and every one of us. He always loves us over various efforts, even when we don't do right, even when we mess up. He loves us better than we love ourselves. So learn to love over various efforts. That's what I have for you today. Until next time, go to mochasdreamcloset.myshopify.com and Amazon and get our books. That's it. Until next time, remember, strive for greatness. Don't forget, mochasdreamcloset.myshopify.com. Loving over various efforts. Love. That's what it is. Bye.